So it's morning time and we just came out here and there's 4 black bears. Let's see if this one's still gonna hang around here, but it's up here. There's 1 black bear up in that creek. There's another one a really long ways away, all the way at the head of that creek. There's another one over here. And when I first came out this morning, there was one literally right there, super close to the boat. But I didn't even think that one was a black bear. My eyes were kind of bleary and I was like, what is that? It looks like a black log. And then it moved and then it walked into the woods. So that's pretty cool. This is definitely a very berry area. Good place to sleep. Probably not a good place to hike. I don't really want to shoot black bears this time of year because they're all down here in these creeks eating dead salmon that have spawned. Salmon that have tried to go up, you know, they've gone up river and spawned, and the bears are not that good this time of year. So mostly they're just cool to look at. We made it back to our boat after our long day of hunting and hiking and getting a little bit lost. That was a lot longer than I think we thought it was going to take. But now we are cruising back on the boat. Everybody's happy. We're getting some food in the kids, which is essential. Anybody out there that's had kids that you know you've ran them a little bit too long without food knows what happens. And that was starting to happen. It's starting to fall apart at the seams. But we're doing good now. Hot food in the tummy always makes a difference. Now we're cruising by a rock that's got tons of sea lions on it. Stellar sea lions.
They're pretty much big, fat, lazy blobs.
When they're out of the water, they look like big, fat, lazy blobs. When they're in the water, they're absolutely the lions of the ocean. And that's pretty cool. The sea lions over there in this area. Some of them are so big, they're just like absolutely. They also remind me a lot of like Jabba the Hutt. They're like, Jabba the Hutt.
They do kind of.
Look at that big guy standing.
I know.
So proud.
I know, he's standing up
He's
so
like,
proud.
You will. Oh,
There's one just poking, peeking at us here. Oh, I think they heard you. They heard you go, oh, and you scared him. Now they're all, bleh.
They're like, we don't make high-pitched noises.
I know.
This is not normal.
We go, bleh.
Oh my
Look,
God.
there's another big
Look
fat
at
one
that
over there.
The dark chest.
Yeah. Over here. Those are stellar sea lions. They're pretty cool to see.
Is Blondie like?
I'll tell you what. They
How can she tell the
stink so bad. Like you go over close to them and they just poop all over the rocks and it is just a horrible, horrible smell. So anyways, we're getting out of here. We're gonna go pull the shrimp pot and see how we did on shrimp drop number 2. We just pulled the shrimp pots and we got shrimp. Yeah, look at these guys. We did okay. We did not bad. Pretty exciting.
We got blueberry pancakes in here.
Because we love shrimp.
Except for Finlay, he was strange.
Too strange. Wow, look at how many are in that pot. Oh, look at what's in this one.
Eggs!
Sparrow loves the eggs.
Eggs!
Come on, come do one. Just one.
Just one.
Just one. Grab it with the head with the other hand. And grab it with more than just the 2 fingers. There you go.
Don't hurt to twist this
Oh,
guy.
here's another one with eggs. You got it. Good job. Look at those eggs. Nom nom nom.
That's a decent haul.
Yeah,
A decent haul of shrimp.
decent
Look at
haul.
that. We got half a gallon of shrimp tails.
Let's
Which
rinse
half a
our
gallon of shrimp tails is
meat
pretty
off.
dang good, actually.
No.
What you doing?
I'm making blueberry pancakes. We got enough blueberries yesterday. Very exciting.
The harvest of Prince William Sound has begun.
Yep.
We got a whole bunch of shrimp, and we got blueberries. Now we're gonna head south. We're gonna stop some along the way and try to catch some rockfish.
I mean, fish for dinner.
Need some fish for dinner. Findlay and I are out here fishing, and we just did pretty good. We just caught a monster lingcod. Look at that thing.
We caught it just a few seconds after we dropped the hook.
And we just caught a nice big yellow eye. We're doing pretty good, I think. So, we're doing pretty good here, but when I dropped the hook, we were like at about 140. So that's kind of where I'm going to try to go back to and start there and then go drift off of it again.
At least we caught 2 things. That's pretty good.
We're doing pretty good.
Fast.
Okay, let's go drop it back down. Not yet, just the bottom.
Aren't we gonna put that in the?
Yeah, you can.
Then how?
Pliers.
It's got
grab
so
it,
many
grab it in the
needles.
mouth.
Oh yeah.
Right here. I got something.
You did?
Yep.
Hopefully it's not just the bottom.
No, not the bottom. Those are actually enemies, those 2 fish.
They are?
Yeah, the lingcod eat the yellow eye. And the yellow eye actually eat baby lingcod.
They're kind of sworn enemies.
Yeah.
And now they're sitting in a bucket on land together, dying.
Got something. Ah, it's another sea cucumber.
Here's an interesting fact, unless you didn't know it. Sea cucumbers, under attack, will barf up all of their insides. So the predator will hopefully go for their insides because they're just a bunch of skin floating around. And then the skin will grow new insides. A sea cucumber would be perfectly fine if you ripped out its insides, which is kind of disturbing. What if we pull up a lingcod eating a yellow eye?
That would be amazing.
Then we'd get 2 fish, 1 reel. Like, we caught the yellow eye, and then as it was going up, a lingcod bit onto it.
That would be amazing.
And then we pulled them onto the deck. Then we could have both fish. I remember in Bay World Boats, which was the company that was making it, there were a bunch of kids running around giving out tickets for a raffle.
Oh yeah?
And in the building when we were visiting. And when I was little, I said, I want to get a ticket. And then right after I said I wanted to get a ticket, I asked where the ticket was.
Oh yeah?
I was like, I want to get a ticket. What's a ticket? I just liked the idea of getting a ticket. I was 3 years old.
Oh.
Oh. Hopefully this
Oh yeah.
Is it moving around?
Oh yeah.
That means it's definitely not
Definitely
a sea cucumber.
Fish.
Because sea cucumbers don't move, they just wait.
Whoa. I don't think it's a lingcod.
What?
I think it's another yellow eye or something. It's another rockfish. Here it comes. Yellow eye.
Yellow eye, yeah.
Whoa.
It looks blind or something. Its eyes are just...
Farenorth Rose, this is
We caught our fish for the day, which is dinner, plus a little bit, which is very exciting. And now we're gonna head back to camp to find Eve and Sparrow.
3 big fish. 3 big fish.
We are shrimping once again.
Yeah, it's quiet, but it doesn't behave properly.
I know. The anticipation is killing me. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? How many shrimp do you think we're gonna get this time, family?
A ton, a ton, a ton. We're
A ton?
gonna get a ton.
Ton, family says.
A ton.
Tons of shrimp, hopefully, we'll see. We will see. Shrimp, big ones too. Big ones. Woohoo! We're in the shrimp. Vindicated.
Good guess, Ivan.
Those are some fat ones.
There are some big guys.
Some of those are the biggest shrimp I've ever seen. They're so fat.
Wow, good job, Ivan. Not
Delicious. We're going to eat you up.
Water's clear because it's so sunny.
Look at this guy. This is like the biggest shrimp I've ever seen. It's so big. Sparrow would be Sparrow would be happy if a big
Watch
one
out,
was
Sparrow.
We got.
That one.
A
Look
fatty.
at that.
Look at
beauty.
that. Look at that.
That's the biggest
I got
shrimp
big
I've ever
hands,
You got big hands.
and that's a big shrimp.
It ain't no shrimp of a shrimp.
That's what you call a spot prawn, and that makes me happy.
Makes everybody happy. All right, here we go.
If you hold them out too, they look really big. Look how big that shrimp is. Holy cow, it's big as me.
There's some eggs on that one, Sparrow.
We just met up with some family. Now we're grilling some shrimp on the beach. Sunset. Probably almost 10 o'clock at night. Doesn't get any better than this. Sparrow loves the eggs.
Fight Sparrow for those eggs.
I know, so good.
I guess I never.
That's amazing. She's so picky about food, and then she'll eat shrimp eggs
Oh,
And then
she'll just
and
Oh,
raw
suck them
oysters.
right out in the heart of a deer like it's.
and now your otter's really interested in what we're doing.
I know.
Didn't that
It
didn't
is
that
so
impress
cute.
your
He's back
your
I know
friends?
they were literally hot dogs, and all she wanted was venison backstrap.
in the heart.
I know.
Sparrow?
She just got blood like pouring down her face. It's this little feral creature.
Well, that pretty much wraps up day 2. And we have had a ton of fun out here. Eating shrimp, meeting up with family and friends. Tomorrow morning, though, I'm hoping to go deer hunting with Sparrow bright and early. We'll see whether or not she has it in her or not. But we'll see. We'll see in the morning. Have a good night. All right, I'm going hunting this morning. I'd hoped that Sparrow might want to go with me, but she said she did not want to go. That's okay. Let's go see what we can find. I got myself to a good spot last night. So we're pretty much all ready to go this morning. It's pretty light out, but I'm out here before sunrise. The sun has just started to kind of peek up. We're on the beach. We are on our way. This is where it starts getting good now. Just getting out into the It's this time of year. You're only allowed bucks. So we just watched that one go walk away. Well, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Didn't get any deer today. Came back with a couple salmon berries though for my kids. They'll like that. But I didn't get a deer. Which is a drag. Seeing that buck. But by the time I got moved, repositioned, he winded me and he was gone. Well, next time, hopefully. This island here where I'm on is fairly small, so it's easy to hunt the whole thing pretty quickly. Well, not the whole thing, but this area of it. So I'm gonna go try elsewhere tonight. There's a couple other good spots around here. For now, we're back down at the beach. Gonna go and kayak back to the fam. Well, some days you win some days you lose some. Today I lost some. Lost some deer, lost some GoPro batteries. Don't ever put GoPro batteries in your cargo pocket, ever again. We are looking for treasure today. We came to a place. This is an abandoned old cannery site where there's all kind of old relics and things from a bygone era. And Alaska is littered with treasures and things and relics from bygone eras. And so we're gonna go look and see what we can find, see what kind of history we can dredge up. I think it's gonna be good times. Here behind me there's some old dock pilings, and then here is the old boiler sitting out in the water. And I'm imagining that old boiler used to be up on some type of big platform here. You know, it would have been, they would have had it kind of close to the water for coal, for feeding coal to the boiler and stuff, for making all the hot water they needed for canning fish. And back in the olden days, they didn't actually have the way to ship the fish very far and keep it fresh, so they would can it all on location. And these old canneries spilled all over Alaska, and this is one of them. We got some kind of old relic of a building here going on. We're gonna see what else we can find. Wow, cool. Look at this. Some kind of old piece of machinery. Rusty old metal. Oh wow. Oh, look at all this old stuff. Old rusty old metal and things. Oh, and salmon berries. That's the real treasure that we're finding out here. Mmm. That is delicious. Look at this old thing. Some kind of an old stove. That's an old stove of some kind. And there's some more pieces of old. This is probably all pieces of the same old stove. Wow, and some old gasket material. Wow, and actually here at some point somebody was doing something more recently, because this is a whole bunch of old poly water pipe. Really? It's a whole bunch of poly water pipe. I'll bet this is from some type of hydroelectric setup somebody must have been living here more recently with a bunch of old poly water pipe. Wow. Here's an old chimney. Some old chimney pipe. Look Look at that. Huh? That's pretty cool. I love old stuff like this because it makes me wonder about what kind of story was told. You know, who lived here? Who are these people that tried to hack out a piece of their wilderness and create their version of success in the world that eventually it dwindled and died somewhere along the way. Look at that. That's interesting. So this is a piece of wood, metal pipe that actually has wood shoved through the center of it. Oh, and it says something on it here. It says National USA. Look at that. Look at that. National USA. There's an old piece of national pipe. Huh. Wonder what its purpose was, you know? Look at these old drums back here in the woods, huh? Pueblo, Colorado. Colorado fuel, F-U-E-L, fuel 190N CO 1546. Some kind of old fuel drums here. This is obviously where they kept all the old barrels of fuel. There's a whole bunch of them here in the woods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 old barrels rusted away here. Here's some old like fire hose. See, this also makes me think of probably some kind of time period not so long ago. This isn't that old. This is like some kind of old rubber hose. This is like, you know, something from, this could be from like the 60s or 70s or something. So something here was going on even more recently than the real old stuff. And that's pretty common in Alaska. Somebody makes a go at something, somebody else comes back 20 years later, 30 years later and tries again. See, like where I am right now even, there's old history here. I'm standing on top of old boards, like maybe there was a cabin here or something. See these old boards? Yeah, these are all old boards. Like it's the old floor of a cabin. Whoa, here's a great big metal tank. Wow. Look at this. It's part of an old turnbuckle. See? Looks like an old turnbuckle, but it's also a spear. That's a weapon right there. Bend it straight, sharpen it up, kill yourself a deer with it. Or a fish. Eve said she found a propeller. Maybe it's still good. Oh wow. Whoa, cool.
Isn't it so
You
cool?
found it.
I found it. Whatever it is, it's super cool.
Whoa, cool.
Look at this shaft and
That's a chunk of old chain.
I know. Look at all this chain.
Yeah, there's some kind of old crank thing. There's all kind of treasures here. What'd you find over there, Eve?
Jumbo blueberries.
Oh, boring. So many salmon berries in here.
Oh my God, it's kind of off the chart. I mean, look at this handful.
Holy cow. Can I just eat all those right now?
I'm already sick. I even just ate that whole handful.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of salmon berries.
It's so good though.
You're funny.
Mmm.
Look, Dad, I got the treasures.
Yeah, you did. Oh, this ring's kind of cool.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Can you fit that over your hand like a bracelet? Not oh, you can. Cool. Here's something pretty cool. These are old wooden pipes. So they used to make basically pipes out of wood, and they would wrap metal all the way around them, and it would be used for hydroelectric. It's hollow.
Did they hollow them out?
Yeah, they would cut it into a whole bunch of pieces. See, it was a bunch of pieces, like, see? Look at that. So there's a strip. There's all these strips. Very similar to basically how they used to make barrels out of wood, wooden barrels. Lots of strips, make a hollow pipe, and then you'd have to bind it with wire like this to keep it from bursting from the water pressure. So that's what I was curious about, if there used to be a hydroelectric dam here of some kind, a hydroelectric or hydropower. And obviously there was, because that's what these old pieces of pipe were for, or some type of hydroelectric setup. So I'm going to go up the creek a little bit further and see if we can't find more parts of the old hydroelectric system. It's pretty cool, huh? Well, we got up pretty high, but I didn't find any more relics, kind of, or anything left over from the dam or the entrance to the hydro system, but it could have all been washed away in storms and stuff.
It's early morning, and I want one more try to see if I can't get a deer on this trip. I'm going to be taking my inflatable boat with a motor around the far side of the island and hunt my way back to the Farenorth Rose, where Eve and Finley and Sparrow will be waiting for me later today.
So good morning. Didn't want to make a lot of noise at the house, at the boat there, because I'm about to start the hunt for the day. Chose a spot kind of on the opposite side of the island we're heading off to. Where we are now. And I did that because the wind is more favorable this time, this direction. Okay, and we're off. I have no idea what it's going to be like. I gotta go up this hill, and it looks steep. I'm hoping that I can find a good game trail to go up. It's going to be kind of miserable for a little while. It is steep, 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 and it just depends on how bushy it is. And we're about to find out. So the first part coming up that hill was not so bad. Now it's getting very thick. Blueberry bushes. Okay, I can see the clearing. Just up there, another 100 feet. Alright, I made it to the clearing. There's a little 6-foot cliff here. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get up, but I got up it. Okay, I'm off. It's right down there in the clearing. Kind of hard to see from here, but sure enough. I just got a deer. I'm so happy. Just down the hill from me here. Didn't get the camera turned on in time. Pretty happy about it. We're gonna go hike down to it now. Oh, here he is. Holy cow. Wow. Look at that. All right, buddy. I'm sorry about that. Wow, look at that beautiful animal. Wow. I'm sorry about that. But you will go to feed my family. So appreciative of you. You were a strong buck. You are a beautiful, strong animal. Wow. Wow. Okay, well, now the real work begins. So I lost my pocket knife, but I got my wonderful wife Eve and father-in-law Craig. They hiked up the hill, and now we can go get the deer and start cutting it up and bringing it down the mountain. Okay, got it all packed up. Deer, bloody carcass in the backpack. It was a much longer day than I was expecting.
I know.
Okay, how you doing, honey?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going a little slower. My backpack's heavier and downhill is harder.
Well, I'm kind of glad I forgot or lost my knife.
I know. You don't have to carry the whole deer.
I know, otherwise I'd be carrying the whole thing down.
That's crazy. So heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy. But they're not as heavy as a moose.
Nope. I know.
To the beach. Oh God, no. Oh. I almost fell into the water right there. Would have been silly. Hi.
Hi.
Alright.
All aboard.
Yeah, I'll go sit on that back thing.
Okay, we made it. I made it. Took off this morning at about 6 a.m. Got to the top later than I wanted to, but the wind did the exact opposite thing that I was expecting it to do. I was hoping that it was going to be coming from the south, and it actually was coming from the north, and that ruined a lot of my early part of the hunt, and I scared a lot of deer away from me. But I made it up to the top, and I saw a deer. So I'm not coming home empty-handed, which is pretty cool. We're having deer heart for dinner, which is our favorite.
Oh, good.
Made it back to the boat. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Eve.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Got a deer.
Oh.
It is always so much work getting a deer off a mountain like that. Oh my gosh. It's like it's all the way up there somewhere. It's really high, really far. But we're down now, safe and sound, with the deer on the boat. Thanks for watching this episode. I really appreciate everybody out there who watches, who comments, who shares videos, and hits the subscribe button. It helps make the channel happen. And until the next one, I may not have done it the right way because I didn't bring a knife. But I didn't do it the wrong way because I got my meat out of the woods. We did it the Kilcher way because Eve brought me a knife. We'll see you on the next one.